Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Mace. I'm coming to you from the Great White North, beautiful British Columbia. Let's get into this. We got some Americans and screenshots of Americans making some questionable comments. Let's get into it. Hope y'all are doing great. All right. People who leave their phones set to military time are effing war criminals. How do you look at 1605 and go, wow, I can understand that? Frickin' bootlickers, what's next? You're gonna go join the army? Recruit me? An American calling others bootlickers is rich. And why does it have to be military? Like, I just refer to it as 24-hour clock. And I use the 24-hour clock on my smartwatch and on my phone. That's just what I'm used to. I did work in emergency services for many years, so that's just kind of what I'm used to. And before that, I worked in airports. So I've always been very used to reading the clock in that way. Somebody responded, Americans be like, okay, I can't count past 12, actually. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's go. I am 25% Italian, 50% Irish, and 25% German. If I visit Europe, will they be surprised about my mixed heritage? Will I be considered from Ireland rather than from Italy or Germany since I am 50% Irish? No, nobody cares. Europe will be amazed by this and astonished as you walk by swinging your shillelagh and singing Verdi in German and with a slight Bavarian accent. Ah, they will remark here is a typical German, Irish, Italian, American. Come to visit us. Let us try and sell him some tourist tat at ridiculous prices. Just enjoy your visit. No one really cares about your heritage. They will just think you're an American. Yeah, that was my initial thought. Nobody gives two shits. Get on with it. Whether you're from the United States or not, there's a good chance you know quite a bit about the country. American media tends to dominate movie theaters and Netflix accounts across the globe, and I've yet to visit a country where I didn't hear American pop music playing on the radio or in a random grocery store. And yeah, that's collectively all of our problems. But one of the downsides of having all of this exposure is that the country becomes the butt of many jokes too, and if anyone gets caught posting ignorant remarks online, there's no chance they'll get away with it. That's where the stuff Americans say subreddit comes in. This group has amassed an impressive amount of followers since its creation in 2013. Never seems to run out of content. Yeah, you will never run out of content. This is the internet. I prescribe to the dead internet theory that a lot of the times people are just arguing, like, say, in some comment section. They argue with bots, and then even other bots argue with other bots, and then real humans are gullible enough. And sadly, we're in that state where people engage and waste their time in comment sections when they could be doing such more fruitful things, such more productive things, such as what I'm doing right now. Super productive. So, you know, there's an element of hypocrisy, I think, in so many things and so many contradictions in all of life that we all sadly fall into, and that's just a reality. But balance, chaos, life, balance. You have to, moderation is key, I think. All right, next one. I'm a Celt myself, Irish specifically. My ancestry is from Munster County. Munster isn't a county, it's a province. You're gonna mansplain Ireland to me when I'm Irish? A man with an unwashed arsehole has an opinion again. I'm Irish, you're American. I'm pretty confident I know my country better than you. You absolute gowl. Yeah, roasted. Because you have Irish ancestry or heritage doesn't make you Irish. You're still an American. You can't refer to yourself as Irish. No, that's not how that works. I have Icelandic heritage. I can't refer to myself as Icelandic. It's not gonna fly, man. Norwegian fjords are beautiful. I will say Norwegian fjords are absolutely beautiful. They certainly remind me sometimes of some of the natural beauty that we have here on the West Coast, up in Desolation Sound, and just the beautiful areas that we have. If you've ever visited us or you're from around here, you'll know Desolation Sound and the Gulf Islands and just all of the natural wonder and landscapes and nature and waterfalls and lakes and rivers and mountains and It's incredible. I can be in the forest in 5 minutes. I absolutely love it. Yesterday I was at the lake. It's 32 degrees. It's beautiful. Not saying it isn't so. Not saying it isn't beautiful, because it is, but these are waterfalls. A fjord is a sea inlet between cliffs. So there's probably a fjord at the bottom of this valley. So I assume this person posted a photo of some waterfalls and put Norwegian fjords. I agree. He's just pining for the fjords. Thank you. I'm Norwegian. Not from there, but my grandpa is. And these definitely aren't fjords. They're gorgeous waterfalls, though. So this apparently American responded, I know this sentence makes sense in an American context, but for anyone else, this is like saying, I'm a shoemaker, never fixed a shoe, but my grandpa did. Stupid. Stupid. Hey, buddy. Real brave of you to insult our military. They have a very typical American avatar, I guess. Real brave of your military to invade my country and give our unborn population a long history of birth defects and collateral damage that harmed our economy and quality of life for decades. Source? Wikipedia, the Vietnam War. Oh, that. Yeah, the Vietnam War was a disaster. I wonder if is the birth defects due to substances, or is that like Agent Orange? Things like that? Yeah, war sucks. War sucks. And the depths of human depravity and the loss of morality that it brings along with it is absolutely horrifying. I watched Apocalypse Now recently. I never got around to watching it for some reason, and I don't know why. I had started it numerous times in the past, a few times in the past anyways, maybe once or twice, and been like, you know what? Not for me. But I watched it the other day. That movie slaps, man. Just a masterpiece of the horror of war and what it does to people, what it does to the people that have to partake, how it affects everybody, and the macabre in that movie, the horror, the bizarre, the surreal, pretty amazing. And it's of course, loosely based on Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, which is a classic, literary novel. But yeah, Francis Ford Coppola, he was cooking. He was cooking, as they say, with that one. So I would highly recommend Apocalypse Now. The helicopter sequence, that's got to be one of the best sequences ever. And the movie has no CGI. Like, it was a disaster. It was an absolute, just very, very chaotic, difficult shoot that took, I think, like over a year. They shot it in the Philippines. They were battling typhoons and just like, yeah. Martin Sheen had a heart attack. Marlon Brando showed up fat and uninterested. And he still does good in the movie. So can anybody tell me if Portugal has running water like in the States? Okay. No, only walking water. Everything else is slower there. We don't drink water in Portugal. We just drink wine. Water is for suckers. Once you've bathed in Vino Verde, you'll never go back. No, but they have running wine. Water faucets come with white and red tabs. White for white wine, red for red. You won't be disappointed. The most inconvenient part of living in Portugal is getting used to using communal outhouses. Flush indoor toilets are hard to find. I love that all of the responses are just roasting the question. Yeah, Portugal is a beautiful country. I definitely want to go to Portugal. But the fact that this person put this on the internet is worrying, I would say. Yeah, this is America. Got to speak English at least a little bit. No, not really. This is Germany. I'm not from America, which is why I'm talking German in all my videos. Laugh my ass off. Wow. Okay, so this person was just commenting on like a YouTube video, or probably not a YouTube video, I guess an Instagram video. Who cares? They're commenting on a video on the internet, assuming the person has to speak English. I wonder how they ended up on a German video, like a German speaking video. I'm Italian and this hurt me, to be honest. Fra per troppo un piatto tradizionale della Tuglia. Parece non vada irando. Do I look like I speak Mexican? Okay, that was pretty funny, actually. Wait, is there another city called Rome that doesn't exist in Georgia? Oh, God. I was watching Fox News. Oh, God. And they mentioned Rome in Italy. I'm confused. Is there a Rome in Italy? Well, it's a Fox News viewer. Let's just leave them alone. Quick, the Americans are asleep. Post pictures of stuff that isn't expensive. Only because Americans pay for the healthcare of Europe. Laugh out loud. What? Oh, God. Ridiculous, man. A Wisconsin school district says students can become spoiled with free meals and opts out of Biden's free lunch program. I don't know what to say. I mean, in Canada, we never had free lunch programs. That would have been pretty great, I imagine, for a lot of parents. And I think if the program's goal is to ensure that children are having the proper nutritional intake, then I think it's a great idea. Seems like maybe this Wisconsin school was opting out of it out of spite, potentially, because it was Biden's free lunch program. But I don't know if this is politically like a political decision or not. I would need more context to even comment on this one. So, anyways. It's really funny to take Spanish with people from different Spanish-speaking countries because the ones from South American countries are like, yeah, no one uses vosotros. We don't know what it's doing here. And the ones from Europe are like, if you don't give our beloved second-person plural its due respect, the hounds will find you. Why would they speak Spanish in Europe? Oh, this reminds me of the American guy that tried to use Mexican peso in Spain because they speak the same language, dude. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah. But like Spanish is a language, but it's not a nationality. Like they speak Spanish in Mexico and Puerto Rico. I've never been to that port before. I've heard they have really, really excellent docks at the Puerto Rico and stuff, but it's not like there's a place called Spania full of Spanish people. I don't even know why the US is friendly with China after they bombed Pearl Harbor. Yeah, that wasn't the Chinese. That should have ended any chances of our two countries getting along. Interesting that this person knows about Pearl Harbor. Maybe their only knowledge of Pearl Harbor is from the Michael Bay film. Pearl Harbor sucked. I can't remember how the tune goes, but I do enjoy a good viewing of Team America World Police. Texas is like twice the size of Europe alone. In fact, they should re-release Team America World Police. Of course, it would fly over a lot of Americans' heads. They'd be like, yeah, America, man. We are like, they wouldn't even though it's with puppets, and even though it's so absurd and clearly a satire, they would probably not understand it whatsoever. Save Australia. Protest erupts in New York. I didn't even know we needed saving. This is hilarious. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with this post. I need more context. Like, why is there a Save Australia protest in New York City? Or yeah. I don't know, you guys. Just because these children were put into cages doesn't mean they're not free. They're still staying on American soil, which is as free as it gets. Wow. Justifying putting children in cages. Okay. I don't get hungover. I have German roots. Actually feel great after a night of drinking. This is probably the dumbest thing I've ever read on the internet. Hangovers suck. I mean, there is an element of hereditary and genetic predisposition, and people react to alcohol differently. So there could be something to be said about that, but I don't know about specifically being German. When I was in my early 20s, like I could probably drink a lot and have like zero effects the next day. I'd go up and run a 10K in the morning. Um I've since quit. Like I don't drink alcohol anymore. Uh cuz it's like I was a pro. I already went pro. This is a stupid saying, but this is what I'm going to use. I already went pro. I'm retired now. Terrible. Terrible, I tell you. All right, next one. Also, Paddy is the N word for Irish. It's St. Patrick's Day or St. Paddy's, not Paddy. I'm gonna guess you're not Irish. Yeah, another non-Irish person. Irish-splaining? So, could you say that? They found a humanoid tooth in Georgia, the country, not the state. It's 1.8 million years old. Wild. Georgia is a state, not a country. The United States is a country. So they even like explained here that it's in, and this person still commented without even second guessing themselves. Do Americans have an accent? What is it called outside of America? Just American? This is the most American post ever. To think that you're just automatically the default is deeply American. Yes, Americans have accent. Everybody has an accent. Literally everybody has an accent. Jobs requiring you to be bilingual should be illegal in the USA. This is an English-speaking country. Yeah, you see those videos sometimes of very reactionary and xenophobic, racist people having fits at, people that aren't using English. Like there might be a group of people speaking a different language amongst themselves, minding their own business, and the xenophobic POS has to walk by and like hear them speaking the language and for some reason involve themselves in that as if it affects them whatsoever. It's crazy. It's crazy. So those people should be shunned and segregated from society, basically, if you're that big of a POS to be offended by other people expressing their freedom, expressing their pursuit of happiness. Leave them alone. Who cares? It's not your business. Trying to follow a European recipe. Don't bother. It's bland. Indeed, doesn't have 20 kilograms of sugar, and it's not deep fried. You know there's flavoring besides sugar in deep fry, yeah? Like, I don't know, garlic, parsley, thyme. Do Europeans have a spice rack? No, we've never heard of all these common ubiquitous spices. Nice. A little bit of sass. If metric is more easier. Yeah. If metric is easier to follow than imperial, then explain this. All right, I ain't reading all that. All right, whatever. 1 inch equals 2.5 centimeters. Fuck this, man. I'm out. See you guys tomorrow.